We're agreeing.
Himself cleaned up. Welcome to an impromptu edition of the Mafia Cast. I am, of course, your host, Papa Ron. Unfortunately, Mike and Casey couldn't make it with me today. I guess there's some kind of, I don't know, big storm or something going on up there in Western New York that they're dealing with. But we brought on my daughter Ashley and her Steelers fan husband, my son-in-law Dawson. How you guys doing?
Good.
Just waiting for the game.
They live in Florida for in case nobody knew that. So they don't get any snow. In fact, I don't know if you guys have seen snow there since you moved there. But
I saw snow when I visited.
Yeah, when y'all came down here.
That's it.
So look, we've got like 15 minutes before the start of the next round of the playoff games or the next set of playoff games. So I just kind of wanted to jump on here really quick and talk about these upcoming games, get some predictions, not necessarily score predictions for the upcoming games. I am going to get a score prediction for the Bills-Pittsburgh game from you guys, but as far as the other ones, I just want to know who you've got winning those games, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Before we get into that, though, it's Bills versus Steelers, and Dawson, I know you've got some thoughts on this, so we'll start with you. What are you expecting in this game?
Not expecting anything too great. I think they definitely have a chance to run the ball and win that game that way, but I'm not certainly looking for them to, blow them out of the water. Kind of playing with house money. They probably shouldn't be in the playoffs right now, so I'm just here for the ride. If they win, they win, and if not, then that's kind of expected. So, but the chances definitely aren't zero. If I had to pick a score, I'm going to go probably Bills 16, Steelers 10. Keep it low scoring, fairly close.
16-10. That is a low scoring. That's giving your defense some credit, though, even without T.J. Watt. How much do you think that's going to affect the defense as a whole?
Probably quite a bit, but they still have a pretty deep pass rush rotation. They get Minka Fitzpatrick back this week, too. So they've got some guys that can rush the passer and some help in the secondary. It's definitely going to help them out a little bit, if the Bills do end up throwing the ball. But the elements, it's going to be snowy, probably. I can't imagine either team kind of blowing the doors off. So 16-10 sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, really quick, can you guys scoot into the speaker a little bit because it is sounding a little. Yeah, the last thing I heard as far as the weather goes is they weren't expecting a whole lot of as far as the snow, but it's going to be cold from what I hear. It's like 0 degrees, negatives with the wind chill, and I don't know that. I mean, personally, I would have loved to have the wind and snow because I don't think Mason Rudolph has the arm to handle that.
Yeah.
But I think obviously without the wind, it benefits both teams, right? Obviously, we know Josh Allen can throw the ball through that wind, but it still does and can affect even Allen. But Ashley, what do you think? What are you expecting from this game? Are you expecting a blowout? I mean, on paper, this should be an easy win, right?
There's no easy win for the Bills, unfortunately. They do like to play down to their opponents. So I don't think that it's going to be a blowout. I do think they'll win by like 13 points, I'll give them. But I don't know. I still expect an interception from Josh. Expect that in there. And then I do think that we'll see Cook run the ball a lot on Monday, especially with Gabe Davis out and who else is out in that game? We have a few people out.
Then excuse me. I know Rasul Douglas is still questionable. Oh my gosh, Terrell Dotson is questionable, and I can't even remember now who the other one that is out for sure. I did learn today that they have elevated AJ Klein and Andy Isabella for this game. So we'll see if either one of those had much. I'm not expecting a lot from AJ Klein. Not, I just don't think he'll be on the field much. I think that's more of a precautionary in case somebody else gets injured, and we've got that option out there. Andy Isabella, though, I don't know. Maybe they'll throw in a couple of packages for him, see if they can get him out in space. Even when he has been elevated, though, he still hasn't really been included in the game plan much. But um, just an FYI, we have a couple of grandkids. My grandkids are kind of affecting a little bit. Mine was this way. You probably saw her in the corner right there a minute ago. She was poking her head in there, and then their daughter, she's the sides there, uh, putting in her 2 cents. She's a future Bills fan. Sorry, Dawson, but
Yeah,
we
she
got to
made her
keep
pick
growing the fan base.
No,
the
she
game
does. She
yesterday,
hasn't
but
made her
apparently it
pick
doesn't
yet.
count yet.
She hasn't made her pick yet.
Yeah, my other one's Sapphire's running right here somewhere underneath me, I think. But yeah, so the game got rescheduled. Do you think that helps either team?
I mean, maybe if there's no precipitation or anything tomorrow, I don't know. I think the cold, we saw how that affected the passing game yesterday with the Bills and or the Chiefs and the Dolphins. Like, still made it tough in like the blistering cold. So the absence of snow, maybe, but I don't think that. I think both teams are kind of built the same.
I lost you. I can't hear you.
It's only coming through your thing.
Oh, it looks like we lost him for just a moment, but that's okay. Oh, are you guys back? Are you good?
Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Okay. Yeah, your screen went blank for a second there. Yes, I'm just going to join the show apparently. Yeah, so the game gets moved. Everything looks like it's good for tomorrow. We have a couple of games coming up today. Well, before I get into that, though, I did get a score prediction from Dawson. Ashley, what's your score prediction for the Bills Steelers?
I'm gonna go. I did say 13, but I think I'm gonna go 21-10.
21-10. That's
Buffalo,
what did I say the other day?
obviously. I have
Yeah,
no
of
idea.
course. I think I said 23-13 or 24-13, something like that. I don't remember now, but all right, we've got a game coming up here in about 8 minutes. I don't even remember which game this is. Let's look it up really quick. So this one's going to be the Cowboys and Packers game. Ashley, I'll start with you on this one. Who's winning that game and why?
I want it to be the Packers just because I have a weird thing with the Cowboys right now, but I do think since it's home field advantage for the Cowboys, right? I
Yeah.
think Cowboys got that game. They're still undefeated at home this season, and I don't think that's going to change.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Dawson, what do you got?
I'm going Packers of the Cowboys. Packers have the Cowboys number in the playoffs the last several meetings, even different quarterback. I still think the Cowboys are going to continue to Cowboy. I'm taking the Packers on the road in an upset.
Ooh. I wouldn't hurt my feelings, honestly.
Yeah. I don't care.
Nothing against the Cowboys fans, but Bills and Cowboys got a little bit of history that we don't care to talk about, so they can exit the playoffs at any time. We're okay with that. And then the second game we've got today, that's one that Ashley and I were kind of texting a little bit earlier about, with the Rams visiting the Lions. And well, I guess I'm kind of split between my mind and my heart on this, because I do want the Lions to win. I just have this feeling that they're just not quite ready for the big time yet. This is their first playoff game in decades. I think the last time they won a playoff game was, I want to say 92, 93, something like that. So, and the Rams, they are a veteran team for the most part, and they've got a dynamic duo and their receivers with Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, and Matthew Stafford is still Matthew Stafford. So I've got the Rams kind of, I guess, in an upset a little bit of that one. I don't know what the point spread is on it. Looks like Detroit by 3, and they typically give 3 points to the home team right off the bat. So this is kind of a 50-50 toss-up. Dawson, I'll start with you on this one.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this one. So as much as I would like to see Detroit, win out or end that drought, like you said, the Rams just have too many weapons on offense. They're proven winners. The Lions are a new team in the playoffs. I'm probably gonna take the Rams in this one. Probably be a pretty close one, but yeah, I'll take the Rams.
Yeah,
It's two
I'm gonna
two
go
for the
with my
Rams.
heart, man.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Lions. I really like the Lions. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of weird history with the Lions and Stafford. He played for Detroit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he'll just give him
Yeah,
one.
cut him a deal.
Yeah.
He got the Super Bowl. He'll give
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
interesting
Wild card.
storyline because you got Jared Goff coming over from the Rams, and of course Stafford coming over from the Lions, and they just kind of flip flop there. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, like I said, my heart's with the Lions, but I just don't know how this. And let's not forget the Rams still got Aaron Donald, and it's not like Jared
Yeah.
Goff is exactly a fleet of foot quarterback. So
Mhm.
we'll see. It should be a fun game. I'm looking forward to that one, and see what happens. And I will be rooting for the Lions. But I do have some concerns about rooting for the Lions all the way through because if it ended up being Buffalo and Detroit, I really would like to root for Detroit. Obviously, I can't in that situation. So maybe this could be Buffalo's year, and then Detroit, you guys can have yours next year.
Yeah.
I'll allow that.
I'm pretty sure they just
Tomorrow-
want a playoff win.
Yeah. Just y'all can get a playoff win, build that
Yeah.
experience, and then next year go all the way. Then tomorrow, I guess we got this Bills and Steelers are first, and then it's the Eagles and the Buccaneers. In this one, Philly is also favored by 3. Again, that game is in Tampa, so the home team. Yeah, I went with the home team on this one. No AJ Brown for the Eagles. They've been a mess since that Bills game. I think 1-5 since then.
Mhm.
So we'll jump over to Ashley. What do you got with the Eagles and Bucks?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks over the Eagles. I think the Eagles are crumbling in front of our eyes, and they are not a strong team. I've been saying it even when they were 10-1. They barely won all of the games
Yeah.
they won. They have not had a single blowout this year. They lost to the Giants that last game, and when they had their starters, they were still competing for they were still competing for the divisional, and they blew it. I don't think they make it out of the wild card weekend.
Yeah. Well, and that one loss before they started on this streak was against the Jets. Yes, we know Buffalo lost to the Jets as well, but that was way back in week 1, blah, blah, blah. Moving on.
Yeah.
So, and even that Bills game, I will go to my grave saying that if the officials had ruled that A.J. Brown catch and fumble in the overtime correctly, Buffalo would have won the game right then and there, and that would have been that. But Dawson, what are you taking on this game?
I'd really like to see the Eagles bounce back and get on track after just sucking it up the last month and a half or so. But I don't know. I think the Bucks are kind of a sneaky good team. Baker's been playing pretty well this year, and they're at home. And the Eagles just haven't shown me anything that would prove that they're ready to bounce back against a solid team. So I'm going to take the Bucks.
So it's a clean sweep for the Bucks. Wow. All right.
It's crazy as you told me the Eagles the other day.
I thought about it a lot. 24 hours.
Well, maybe that changed when they announced A.J. Brown was going to be out because that's a big loss.
Yeah.
That is a big loss for the Eagles. He's probably their best offensive weapon outside of Jalen Hurts' legs. But, and even Jalen Hurts, we're going to talk about this a little bit on the I think our show the other day or somewhere. When you look at Hurts rushing touchdowns, I don't know the numbers, but I'd be willing to bet you over half of them are off of the tush push
1
scores.
yard.
So,
Yeah.
Pretty much.
yeah. So, but not to take anything away from Hurts, I think he's a good quarterback. I don't know that I'd put him up to the elite. I think his passing still is not quite there yet. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Before we do, Dawson does do some content stuff for the Steelers. So Dawson, where can people, your fellow Steeler fans, find you and check out your writing?
Yeah, so you can find them at the stillcurtain.com. It's part of the Fanside Network. So at stillcurtain on Twitter. That's still STILL curtain.
Awesome. He does some good work there. Also, with Mafia Cast, once again, we keep bringing this up, and we're going to continue to do it. We have our Facebook page. Please go out there, check it out, join that little Mafia community family there. Talk Bills football, talk whatever you want. In fact, we'll engage with you on that, and of course, hit the like, the subscribe on whatever. Wherever you're listening to this. So for the Mafia Cast, Ashley, Dawson, we're going to get out of here, get ready for these afternoon and evening games. Thank you, both of you guys, for joining us. Love you both, and we will see you on the Mafia Cast later this week. We're out.
All right, go Steelers.